Okay guys, welcome back to TBTC Adventure. You may have noticed I've had a little bit of a break from the channel completely. This has been down to an injury I've had with my left foot. This is actually the first time I've been hiking since the Thor's Cave episode way back in January. So I've had a really big break from the channel, from hiking. I've still been going to the gym, trying to maintain my fitness, but yeah, this is the first kind of adventure out since the Thor's Cave episode. What you didn't see on that episode is that I was in massive amounts of pain with my left foot. I don't actually know what I did, but whatever I did it on that particular video. And yeah, basically I sort of muddled through on that one, and then I've spent the kind of last 6 months trying to recover from it, to be honest. Some right pain, bit of physio on it. I can walk okay, so yeah, going for it today. And today, just as I come around the corner, we're going for that. Now that is called Chrome Hill, also known as the Dragon's Back, which is quite interesting. I don't know if you remember last year I did the Dragon's Back in Wales, in the Black Mountains, and that was a really good walk. So I'm eager to compare the two and see how they hold up. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's make a start. Okay guys, as I was saying before about the injury, to be honest, it seems to be going okay. I've been walking for about 20 minutes. Yeah, and it seems to be okay. Off the back of that, and off the back of today's adventure, hopefully I'll be able to start getting out a lot more, and start being able to film loads more stuff, loads more content coming, and yeah, really get back into putting some good videos out. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so one of the things that I really like about this area of the country, it is so quiet. That sounds silly. If you go somewhere like Snowdonia, I don't know if you remember the Snowdon episode from a couple of years ago. We got to the top of Snowdon and there was basically a queue for the trig point on the top, and it kind of ruins the atmosphere. Whereas you come to the Peak District, and I mean, I've probably been walking for about half an hour, and I've not seen anyone. I can see a silhouette of a couple of people up on that ridge just up there. We're not going on that one, we're heading back up this one, and there is, I think, there's one person about halfway up that. I'm not sure if it will come out on the camera or not. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a quiet area of the country, and it's absolutely fantastic, and I really love that about the Peak District, because at the end of the day, that's what getting out here is all about. Getting away from sort of like the everyday kind of everyday kind of hassle that you get. So yeah, it's fantastic. Glad to be back. So the inclines have started now, guys. So the loop that I've got planned today, I have noticed I am walking a lot slower today, mainly due to my injury, and the other one is I haven't been out in such a long time. It's a big impact, but I'm quite optimistic. I've started early, so I've got the whole day. So yeah, just gonna battle on and see how we go. I'll put the virtualization up towards the end, and I'll also put the all the route details in the description below the video. So absolutely stunning. I don't know, guys, but I think we're almost at the top of this one. That was a tough climb, having not walked properly for a while. So that might be the hard bit done. So if we try and make our way to the top. Hopefully get a nice 360 view up here. And there we have it. And that is a long way down. And there we go. Fantastic. Okay, so it's time to do whatever sketchy shit this is. Hopefully not fall off. We'll see. Not sure how much I can record, as I say. Probably could have done with a body cam for this, but yeah, I might need two hands at some point. Yeah, bit sketchy, but let's see how we go. Not too bad. Have a look in there. It's like a little cave. See what's going on. Quality. Fantastic. that bit wasn't too bad. It did look a bit sketchy. We've got a few more sort of rocky sections, a couple of scrambles to go, I think. Yeah, I reckon I've probably been going, it's hard to say really, probably about an hour and a half. Yeah, it's going all right. Fantastic, fantastic walk. My foot's holding up, which is good. Really encouraging for any future videos anyway, considering that I think the hardest climb has actually been done now. But yeah, I'm always amazed when I come to the Peak District. I mean, it's only sort of an hour and a half from my house, and when you come from a city into this kind of setting, it's always absolutely amazing that this is so close. It's fantastic. So as it's getting a bit later in the morning, guys, I am starting to come across a few people now. A couple of hikers going the other way, and there was actually a group of 4 running along this trail, or at least trying to. That is something that I do not have the knees for anymore. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, sort of back in the sort of early stages of when it was Turning Back the Clock and not TBTC Adventure, I had a lot of problems with my knees and had to use knee supports all the time, and I managed to actually fix that just through exercise and looking after my knees. I'd love to try this kind of running, but to be honest, I think I would just injure myself really quickly, and I could do with not being injured again, and having a long period off. So I think I'll just stick to the hiking element. Almost tripped then as well. That was good. As I'm talking and looking at the camera, I'm yeah, not looking at my feet, so all my foot placement even. And there we go. Just thought I'd have a little lie down. Oh well, what we get. Oh. So, nice little slip there. If you have a look, it's all nice and wet grass. There's nothing really, no real footholds you can get in, so yeah, a little bit of a slip. These things happen. What I'll say is, it is really lucky that it was just on grass. So as you can see, there's a lot of rocks sort of everywhere, and had I have slipped and fallen on one of them, yeah, it might have been a bit more of a desperate situation, especially if you hit your head or something like that. So right. That was more of a pain than the rocky section at the top. So normally, guys, about halfway round, I like to get the camping stove out, make a nice cup of coffee. However, there is that much sheep scat around, I can't actually find a decent place to sit down. So looks like I'll just be drinking water. No coffee today. Okay, so we've got Crome Hill behind me, which is the one we've just been across. Now, the idea is I'm going to go up this, over here, down the back of this hill, and then we're going to go up this one. We're going to walk along the top here, and go back down to the village where I've parked. A nice big loop. So as I say, probably about halfway through now. Not looking forward to that incline over there, but I'm going to concentrate on the one that I've got coming up, and see how we get on. So as it's my first adventure back, guys, I planned today's route to just be a couple of hours, a few hills in the Peak District, and it's going great, to be honest. Really great. What I'll do is I'll put a virtualization up at the end so you can see the route that I've took, and I'll also put the route details in the description below so you can see where I've been, and then you can give it a go yourselves if you want. Whew. It's a tough hill. It's not going to be as tough as that though. So one thing I am glad of today is it's quite dry. Whilst it's not that sunny, it has had a couple of bursts of sun, but it's still quite a dry day, which is handy, and it's not very windy either, so it's quite cool. It's quite dry, so perfect conditions really. I expected blistering sunshine because that's what we've had for weeks and weeks and weeks, but no, it's really quite good. Okay, so no sooner did I say dry day, and then I spot that big grey cloud coming over the horizon. So yeah, don't know how long my nice dry day will last. Okay, so this is the start of the next big incline. Looks horrible, but just have to see how we go. As before, it's quite slippy grass, so I've no doubt that I'm going to end up falling flat on my face. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. This is the bit I was dreading, guys. Just got to power up. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. There is a little bit of wind up here, but I have now made it to the top of Hollis Hill. So I'm taking great pleasure in knowing but it's all downhill from here. And the view up here is fantastic. So I'm going to do a bit of a 360, guys, so you can see all the way around. You can see for miles in all directions. It's insane. It reminds me of the point when we were doing the Hadrian's Wall adventure, when I was in the middle of Northumberland National Park, and I did a 360 there, and I literally could see the horizon in all directions. And that was the adventure where we walked across England in 4 days, and that was absolutely fantastic. But it reminds me a lot of that. It's just I can see as far as you can imagine here. It's fantastic. Oh, it looks like that rain cloud is going to miss me, and it looks like this nice clear bit is coming to me instead, which is good. The wind is starting to pick up, guys, but as you can see, there's Crome Hill, which is the one we walked over first. This is Hollis Hill. I've walked all the way along here, up and round, down through the farm, across here, up Hollis Hill. We're going in this direction now. You can't see it, but just behind the hill is a little town where I've parked. I'm going to head there and yeah, be on my way. Fantastic day. My foot's held out. I'm quite pleased because I'll come back in the game. So to sum up today's adventure, guys, it's been really successful, to be honest. I wasn't really sure when I set out today how it was going to go, to be honest. As I say, my foot injury has been quite long term. I haven't done any hiking for 7 months. It's kind of limited what I could do at work. It's also limited me and what I can do in the gym as well. So rather than going on the running machine or on the treadmill or doing any walking or anything, I've had to do things like the exercise bike and the rowing machine to try and keep that impact on my foot low. My foot is hurting, however it's not hurting any more than it would on a normal day, so I'm not concerned that today's had any real impact on the injury. And as today's gone on, I'm quite confident that I can now proceed with filming more adventures and getting out there and getting loads more content up onto YouTube. I've been quite lucky with the weather. It's nice and dry. It's fairly cool. There's not much of a breeze. There was right on the top of Hollis Hill. There was a fair breeze, but yeah, it's just a nice gentle walk back to the car now, hopefully, unless there are any surprises just over the end of that hill. But I'll keep the camera rolling just in case. As I say, while I'm here, you can see the absolutely fantastic Crome Hill. As I say, also known as the Dragon's Back, which I can kind of understand if you can see all the different ridges. Very similar to the Dragon's Back in the Black Mountains of Wales. I would say, on comparison for difficulty, I would say the Black Mountains in Wales is a little bit more difficult, to be honest. Potentially from a fitness perspective, technically I would say this has got a few more scrambles on it than the Dragon's Back in Wales, but both absolutely fantastic walks, and I'll put a link to the other video just in the top corner, just up here. so you can click that if you want to have a watch. As I say, I'm heading back to the car now. I'll keep the camera rolling just in case I fall down the hill again or something like that. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for joining me on TBTC Adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave a comment in the comments box below, and share me on your social media. See you again.